Hello again guys, it's Mad King Corduroy here with another computer video for you. This is a Compaq Presario 7360 from the late 90s. It is an AMD K6-II 500 MHz, 100 MHz data bus, and a socket 7 processor. As you probably could guess from the K6. Now, I don't know this for fact because I haven't popped it open, but I'm going from the internet specs. Originally, it came with 256 megabytes of RAM, and the max supported size is 512 megabytes. This originally came with Microsoft Windows 98 SE, as denoted by this little sticker down here, and if we spin it around and take a look at the back, you'll see that it is kind of a very basic system, but it has USB ports, which is nice if you're going to use this for retro gaming and you don't want to transfer files using floppy disks or burning CDs. USB will really save you a lot of time. As you see here, you have the mouse and then the keyboard input, your USB, you get two there. You get serial, VGA out, you have printer right there. That's your game port for your gamepads and things like that. Sound out, sound in, and then your microphone, and then down here you have a not so useful these days modem card, which most of the time I just rip out and throw away of these old systems because really who's going to hook these up to a dial-up network or something like that and try and actually access the internet from Windows 98 machine. That's not to say that you couldn't, I just wouldn't if I were you. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this screw here and take a look at the inside because this machine is surprisingly lightweight. It really doesn't weigh very much, and as you can see, it doesn't have any kind of ventilation on it. So I'm just wondering what kind of shape it's in on the inside dust-wise, because I bet you it is probably going to be pretty immaculate, but we could be surprised and there'll be a lot of dust. So we'll be right back when we do that. Okay, I'm back again, and I removed all three of the screws here. And the seal was already broken on this machine, meaning somebody's already been in it. But I was having trouble removing the cover for this thing, and it's on there quite tightly due to the fact that these little feet on the bottom kind of crimp it in there, and the front panel is on pretty tight there over the top of this, which, while it does look interesting, it makes it kind of difficult to remove. So I went ahead and grabbed a flathead screwdriver, and you can kind of wedge it in here to pop it away from the edge and kind of work your way around, and that'll help you out with these tight cases a little bit better than just kind of prying on it with your hands. And as you see, it should just come right off if I could just get the feet to let go. Let go. There we go. Yeah. So it comes right off. Set it off to the side over here and turn it so you can see the inside, and as you can see, it is pretty clean. I've decided to go mobile here so I can really give you an idea of what it looks like up close and personal, more so than I would have been able to from a tripod. As you can see, this computer is very compact, and everything just kind of slides out of the way. This power supply slides upwards if you undo this, and you can access the motherboard from there. You can undo the drive bays and take them out as a whole unit, and even everything is easy to access from the top. You can see the CPU right there is a socket 7, and I don't know if that means that you can kind of downgrade it to a Pentium or what, but I know those were socket 7 also. It's kind of an interesting machine, but there is one major flaw in my opinion. It has 4 PCI slots. That means no ISA cards whatsoever, which means you can't use the legendary Sound Blaster 16 or any other sound card from that era, which really sucks in my opinion. Now it has integrated sound on it, which is probably Sound Blaster 16 compatible for the most part, but personally I would like to have the real thing in my machines. So that is a bummer if you're looking for one of these. Okay, so I've gone ahead and booted into Windows 98 on the machine here so we can show it off a bit, but I will not be showing off any of these games particularly, except for this one here which I installed. I also installed Driver, and that's the first one I'll show you because I want to compare it to that other machine I picked up a while ago that was newer than this one. It was an IBM from the early 2000s, 2002 or something like that. Ran Windows XP and Windows 2000, and just kind of ran everything like crap. It definitely could barely run anything. This is an AMD K6 3D processor, and it has 56 megabytes of RAM, contrary to what the internet says, which I quoted earlier, and I was wrong. It is 56 on here. The internet says it should have come stock with 256, but it's not. So let's go ahead and run driver, and you can see exactly what it looks like. It is quite impressive, actually, as I am sure you will agree. Let's go ahead, run driver. And the movie is almost watchable. It's just kind of skippy. It just kind of doesn't quite run correctly. So let me go ahead and rebind some stuff here, because the keyboards on this is a little strange. Steer, accelerate. Handbrake. Handbrake should be... So that's probably good. Let's go ahead and test out the game itself. Sorry, the music's a little loud. Turned it up so you could actually hear it. Here, let me turn it down. That's a little better. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. San Francisco, of course. Let's put it on daytime. And you'll see it loads up really quickly in comparison. And pops you right into it, and it's playable, unlike the other one, which was jerky. Just kind of was like, barely able to run it. I absolutely love this game. It's so good. It's just so good. Yeah! That was awesome. But look at how smooth it runs. It's just so impressive. This computer is older than the other one I showed this on. And it's AMD, which I always heard AMD was worse than Intel. This kind of convinces me otherwise. AMD was ahead of their time, apparently. I had no idea. I thought AMD was like, you know, a mock Intel, you know what I mean? Like the knockoff Intels. I thought it was like wannabe Intel processor. Which I'm sure will infuriate some AMD ATI fans. Look at this thing. Look at this. No! Come on. Shit! No! Go, 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 go! No! Okay, well, yeah, that's driver. As you can see, it's totally playable on this thing, which is wild. It's so cool. The next game I'm going to show is Pod, and there's some problems with it, as you'll see, but the graphics and everything look sharp as hell. So, let's go right to that. Okay, so we're in Pod, and as you can see, the graphics look great in it. The only problem is that apparently the sound effects don't work. None of the sound effects work in this game. Now, I'm guessing this is a conflict with the sound card, but unfortunately, Pod doesn't have any options to adjust the sound card, so either it works or it doesn't work. The game itself, though, plays really smoothly, and although it was made to be run on Intel MMX processors, it runs really well on this 500 megahertz K6, which is not surprising because it was really designed to run on a 166 megahertz processor. Again, the graphics in it look great, and the CD audio definitely works. The last game I wanted to show off was a game not to display the system's capabilities, but instead to demonstrate its compatibility. This is an old DOS strategy game called Earth 2140. It is notoriously difficult to get this thing working with certain graphics card, and I thought this would be a perfect game to demonstrate the fact that the sound card integrated into the motherboard is indeed totally Sound Blaster 16 or Sound Blaster Original compatible. So you can play games like this on your system. And as you see, it runs silky smooth. It runs really, really well. So go ahead and start a mission. Let me turn up the sound. There you go. As you can see, it plays video fine. The sound all works perfectly well. Everything works well. It runs Earth 2140, silky smooth. In fact, a little too smooth, maybe. Look at how well it plays. Like I said, this game was notoriously difficult to get working, and even in DOSBox, trying to get this thing to work smoothly is almost impossible because of the fact that it requires a higher processor, a Pentium 90, I believe, and DOSBox is just too slow for that. Even if you set the cycles to maximum, it is way too jerky. The animation is choppy and it just does not look nice. So it runs really well on here, and I just really like this game a lot. I used to play this like crazy when I was a kid. That was a really freaking good game. Here, wait, let's turn on the music. So yeah, that's the Compaq Presario 7360. It's a nice little system with some kind of quirks where Pod won't run, but a lot of other games will. So you will be able to run your DOS games on this thing. You can run your Windows games on this thing up to Pentium 3 speeds, which is really nice. And of course you can use it for everything else, including word processing. Microsoft Works and stuff is on here. But you could install anything you wanted, obviously. Office 97, or anything like that. Whatever your preference is, pretty much. WordPerfect, I know, was a popular one. And some other different utilities. One additional thing is that the system, when you go to shut it down, it doesn't shut down and ask to be shut down. It is one of those where it has the automatic software button built in, so you shut it down and it just turns off the machine completely. So, I'm Mad King Corduroy, and this is Transcendental Airwaves. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe appreciate these little computers when you come across them. I certainly have a little more respect for this thing than I did originally. Thank you for watching.